and thanks for staying with us. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service speaks on how to generate more revenue for the government. Also on customs support, Nigerian Customs Service hand over seized guns to the appropriate authority in Lagos. Plus, more report. I am Igiseme Itinye. Stay tuned. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service have been speaking on activities of the Nigerian Customs Service since he came on board. He said that the customs will continue to meet the targets set up by the federal government.
The Nigerian Customs Service, under the leadership of CGC Adewale Adeneyi, MFR, has officially launched the Authorized Economic Operator AEO program to enhance trade facilitation and reduce clearance times. Speaking at the event in Lagos, he highlighted the important role of trust and collaboration in the program's success. He, however, noted that the polo phase, which began on the 15th of April 2024, had been highly successful, stating that the 6 pilot AEO companies demonstrated remarkable growth, with their collective trade value soaring from 185.8 billion naira in 2023 to 563.8 billion naira in 2024. He reaffirmed the NCS's commitment to efficiency and security.
There's no way we can talk about love without talking about trust. Trust is very, very vital to the concept of love. And trust, like love, forms the bedrock of enduring relationships in both personal bonds and professional partnerships. It is built through consistent demonstration of commitment, nurtured by mutual respect and strengthened by shared values. Today, 14th February, as the world celebrates these principles through expression of love, we gather to commemorate a different kind of partnership, one that embodies the same fundamental values in international trade. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you once again to Lagos Continental Hotel, a venue of significant importance to the Nigeria Customs Service. It was right in this same hall in 2023 that we successfully reinstated the Controller General's Conference following a gap of 8 years. That event spearheaded the restoration of strategic engagement with all our stakeholders. And thereby, we started to foster relationships that is built on trust, on commitment, on partnership, and recognition. While today's date, February 14, 2025, coincides with Valentine's Day, as experienced by the touches of red in our attires, symbolizing the expression of goodwill, our gathering serves a distinct purpose. And I must actually, we have gathered to join the global customs community in celebrating a partnership framework recognized and endorsed as the international best practice, the strategic alliance between customs and business. This partnership is founded on mutual trust between customs authorities and business entities, delivering reciprocal benefits through official recognition of reliable business partners, sustained by continuous investment in compliance and security measures to maintain trusted operator status. And this heralds a strategic reorientation in customs administration, moving from traditional transaction-based control to a more sophisticated system of comprehensive compliance. This evolution in customs business relationships reflects the dynamic nature of international trade and the growing need for secured and efficient supply chains.
In her welcome address, Deputy Comptroller General of Customs, DCG, for Trade and Tariff, Caroline Niagwan, stressed the program's importance. According to her, the AEO program will not only improve port efficiency, but also attract investment, reduce cost, and enhance Nigeria's competitiveness in the global market.
As Nigeria takes this bold step in implementing the AEO program, we reaffirm our commitment to building a modern, transparent, and efficient customs administration that aligns with global best practices. This initiative is a testament to the Nigeria Customs Service dedication to balancing trade facilitation with national security. By fostering trust between customs administrations and the business communities, the AO program will not only improve efficiency at our borders, but also attract investments, reduce costs, and enhance Nigeria's competitiveness in the global market. I commend the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, for this initiative to implement this program in Nigeria and urge stakeholders in the private and public sectors to embrace and support the AEO program for the collective benefit of our nation's economy.
It is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you today to witness a remarkable milestone in Nigeria's journey towards economic growth, trade facilitation, and global competitiveness. The official launch of the Nigeria Customs Service Authorized Economic Operator, AEO, program marks a pivotal moment in our collective pursuit of an efficient, transparent, and secure trade environment.
A key highlight of the event was the presentation of certificates to the 6 pilot AEO companies, which expressed gratitude to the NCS for the recognition and pledged to remain compliant and transparent.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Customs Management has officially handed over pump-action guns to the appropriate authority in Lagos. The guns were seized by Customs, while the importers were also arrested and taken to court by the Nigerian Customs Service. The CG speaks on the arrests and the way forward.
Has reinforced its core mandate of protecting our national borders through targeted anti-smuggling operations and precise intelligence-driven interventions. Our track record intercepting illegal arms and ammunition underscores our frontline role in the maintenance of national security. The handover ceremony that we are about to witness exemplifies our active collaborations with stakeholders in ridding our society of illicit weapons and strengthening public safety. Let us recall the event of May 2018, when the service intercepted a significant cache of arms, including that of 440 pump-action rifles and accessories ingeniously concealed within 516 bags of plaster of Paris cement in 120-footer container with the number PONU 210024/1. And if you can just look across, you will see the container just behind here. This particular gray container. The seizure of this container coincided with heightened security challenges from armed bandits in Northwest and illegal arms proliferations in the Southeast, revealing the linkage between some transnational smuggling networks and our domestic security challenges. Through sustained intelligence operations, later in that year, we also intercepted 2 additional containers, CMAU 189817/8 and GESU 255208/1 at Tinkan Highland Port. And these containers also concealing arms and ammunition, amongst others. Therefore, today we will be handing over a total of
collaboration very healthy interagency synergy. And the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons have enjoyed cooperation and understanding of all the 16 arms-bearing agencies of government. So therefore, we receive, as at when due, intercepted weapons from other agencies. I expected that this question will be raised. Why is it that the customs have been in the news? The customs have been in the news handing over illicit weapons to us. The mode of recovery, don't forget, the customs service is found at the airports, the seaports, and the land borders. And each time they make recovery, they don't make recovery in trickles. 1, 2, 3. You can see the figure. The figure here is frightening. And there is the need for us to showcase this, make this known to members of the public, particularly the criminal elements who are behind the importation of these deadly weapons, that there is no way, nowhere for them to hide. And of course, that our borders are no longer porous for them to use to bring in this arms and ammunition. That is what you are witnessing today. We have received.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Upper Customs Command has charged newly promoted deputy controllers and assistant controllers to patronize transparency and total accountability for the government.
I'm particularly delighted to collaborate with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission on this very vital initiative. Today, we gather to explore very critical issues that are quite fundamental to building trust, fostering sustainable development and integrity within our public institutions. As we all know, transparency and accountability are not just ideals, they are actually essential pillars that support good governance and ensure that public servants act in the best interests of the citizens they serve. As we all know, transparency and accountability are the cornerstone of effective and responsible administration. Therefore, this lecture comes at a very crucial time when our nation is striving to strengthen its institutions to promote a culture of uprightness in the public sector. As we engage in today's discussions, I want to encourage everyone to share insights and perspectives that will help us to strengthen our commitment to these principles. Together, we can work towards a more transparent and accountable public service that upholds the values of ethics, responsibility, and professionalism. Finally, I'm confident that this collaboration and lectures with the ICPC will be very fruitful, impactful, insightful, and I look forward to a very productive and engaging session.
Lack of accountability and transparency. If there's no accountability and transparency, it causes corruption. The lack of genuine fear of God. If we have fear of God, we will not involve in any act of corruption. Poverty, too, is a major cause of corruption. Because with poverty, hunger can make someone do any negative thing, which is act of corruption. Lack of political will to do the right thing. Then we have absence of integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. So if there is no integrity, that's another cause of corruption, because there can be, if you have integrity, there won't be corruption. Then societal tolerance. Societal tolerance is where you get to your community, and maybe an MD of an organization cannot go to his community just with ordinary car. They will say, this person is an MD and you can't come with a big car and everything. So because of that, they tend to want to get something big before going to their society. That's society tolerance. Then we have definition of transparency and accountability. Transparency is the quality of being easy to perceive, being open, being honest. Transparency is openness, being honest. And in public service, transparency is holding public officials accountable for their actions. Anything that happens in your unit, the unit head should be able to take the responsibility of whatever happens, take action. Accountability is the voluntary subjection of oneself as responsible for any action or inaction in relation to any position of trust.
The Customs Management and the Management of Nigerian Port Authority have said that the two bodies will continue to generate huge revenue for the government. They both agreed to implement measures that will also help the nation's economy to grow.
Controller General of Customs, CGC Adewale Adeniyi, has emphasized the importance of collaboration between Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, and the Nigerian Ports Authority, NPA, in enhancing the efficiency and competitiveness of Nigerian ports. During a courtesy visit to the NPA, the CGC noted that the success of the NCS is closely tied to the effectiveness of the ports.
It's my pleasure to be here once again on this courtesy visit. I do see MD a couple of times when it comes to official assignments, but for some reasons, I've not been able to come back here since his appointment as MD. So, you know, Nigerians, each time we see ourselves, there's always a greeting for seeing ourselves, you know, particularly Yoruba people to which I belong. So if you sleep, we'll greet you Eko. If you don't sleep, we'll say Eko Aisun. So since this is the first time I'm seeing you here in the office, yes, I will still congratulate you for your appointment. Thank you. And I followed your trajectory since assumption of office. And we have also seen that we have a professional in charge, and we believe that your years of experience here is not counting for nothing. You are really showing that port administration can be taken to a higher level. And this is also evident already in your appointments, your election as the sub-regional leaders of all port administrators. So I congratulate you also on this. And I wish you a successful tenure, and I pray that your lieutenants will give you all the support that you need to excel in both responsibilities, and they also have lessons to learn.
The CGC commended the existing collaboration between the NCS and the NPA, highlighting the success achieved at the export processing terminal. He expressed optimism about implementing similar initiatives in the eastern ports to boost export activities.
I didn't really come with any serious shopping list. The first is for me to touch base with a critical stakeholder for customs operations. There is hardly, I mean, we have gotten the statistics well established. Everywhere where we have port administrations, they account for a very large chunk of our revenue. In our own case, it's between 75 and 80%. Yeah, so if you get it right, you know, in our ports, we get it right in the service. And there's no way we can get it right working alone. We need our Siamese twins, which is the Nigerian Port Authority, with which we work for us to be able to get it right. So you can't clap with one finger or with one hand. Each time you clap, you always need the second hand to join. So we have a number of initiatives that we are pursuing.
In response, the Managing Director of the NPA, Abubakar Dansoho, assured the NCS of the NPA's unwavering support.
And it happens to be the port of Abidjan in Ivory Coast. I also said to myself, I also wanted to go and see the first port in Africa, which was the port of Durban in South Africa. And the few things I learned from them was that in Abidjan, that is the custom post in Abidjan, 90% of the revenue of customs is generated from the port of Abidjan. And 70% of the revenue of the government of Ivory Coast comes from the ports. So I said to myself, look, if I have any opportunity, I'll make sure that I didn't know what is the percentage of revenue of customs that comes from the port. But I know that my friend the PRO was saying that Mr. Obi is the biggest of their and then he's in command of the ports here in the Western Port. So I want to assume that probably there's similarity between the Abidjan situation and then the Nigerian situation. So to that extent, I've always seen the customs as number one in terms of relationship, in terms of importance, in terms of cooperation and support. If we do not have the support and the cooperation of the customs, and then we think that we are making progress, then we are just deceiving ourselves. So I really appreciate that my brother is here. We have had a meeting about 2 weeks ago, and he said to me that he would want to come here and see and visit us and have a meeting with us. That is prior to the launching of the most important program that we have had in the last decades under the customs.
The Muritala Mohammed International Airport Command of the Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, has intercepted a passenger coming from Canada on board Ethiopian Airline with 3 boxes containing 142 parcels of cannabis Canadian loud worth 290,789,517 naira duty paid value, DPV. The area controller of the command, Comptroller Effiong John Harrison, who disclosed this, said the seizure was made on the 18th of February 2025.
We want to hand it over to NDLA for them to continue the assignment because their work will involve further necessary action. We will hand over the suspect, the article, and the traveling document with us. The DPV value of these drugs today is over 290 million naira. And we do not want these kind of things to enter our society because it will definitely affect our younger ones. It will impact negatively on our economy and also becoming a security risk. So today, we are handing this over to our sister agency in order for them to continue what we may take further necessary action so that the society will be safe. And we want to sound a note of warning to those who are engaged in this kind of activities that we are very resolute. We are very determined that these things shall not pass here. Anything that is not in line with our laws is not acceptable here. So those that are planning, those are willing to do what is not right, please stay away from this command. And those who are collaborating with them, we are watching thoroughly. We are watching to see. We are watching to know where you are operating from. And we will not relent to ensure that we will come after you.
He added that in pursuance of Nigerian Customs Service core mandate of suppression of smuggling and ensuring national security, the officers and men of the command remained resolute and dedicated in ensuring that smuggling is suppressed to the barest minimum. Comptroller Harrison announced that in line with the Comptroller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi's policy, it was to foster interagency cooperation and collaboration. The commander is handing over the seized drugs, the suspect and his passport to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA for further necessary action.
Chairman, Chief Executive, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, General Muhammad Marwa. I would first and foremost say thank you so much to the Controller and his own team for this marvelous seizure. And what also interests us is because there is a suspect attached to the seizure. This is a typical display of synergy existing between agencies here at Montreal and International. Let me say thank you so much for this effort. Thank you so much for doing the effort. Let me also use this opportunity to assure you that we will definitely investigate and collaborate each and every individual that is responsible for this. We know it has been happening, and we have been unraveling syndicates that are responsible for drug trafficking in this area. So at the same time, we will do the same thing here. And by special grace of God, whatever the outcome is, you will be informed.
Just before the end of this week edition of the program Custom Support brought you a report where the CG officially handed over pump action to the appropriate authority in Lagos. For me, Igesame Edinye, thanks for watching.